Hey, what's up? I'm Dustin. I'm here today to talk to you about saddle hunting and how I got into it on a budget. Um, you know, at first glance, I thought people that saddle hunted were crazy. um, but, after looking into it and reading into the benefits of it, I got the itch and I wanted to give it a try. But when I was looking at, how I can get into it to try it out, I found it to be a little cost prohibitive. So, there's a whole bunch of different kits. I wasn't really sure what I needed. I didn't know how many climbing sticks I would need. How high can I get with those climbing sticks? How high can I get with climbing sticks with aiders? Do I need an ascender? Do I need a descender? What is a gree? What is a mad rock? Um, there's others. Rope man. I didn't know what to do. Um, so, then I kind of found the idea of one sticking. And that idea came to me after I was thinking about how am I going to carry climbing sticks, a platform, all that crap into the woods. So, I found my budget stuff. And it is a Hawk Helium. It's a 20-inch stick. I have the HSP platform on it. I bolted the HSP platform on top. I have the cam cleat here. I left the Versa button on. The Versa button was used for the stock daisy chain web loop thing. I have a 3-step aider on here and some 6mm accessory cord. I removed the top step off of the Hawk Helium because once you bolt this on, it's unusable. As for the not HSB, as for the cam cleat, I also had to get better hardware to get all the way through the stick because, I'm not going to sit there and tap holes into it, and, I wanted to make sure it was grade 8. On top of that, I have what is branded as the Hunt Armor saddle. It has 2 loops on it. One loop for your linesman and one for your bridge. It came with the bridge. It came with these fancy smanchy aircraft buckles. On top of that, I've got this 2-pack of dump pouches right here. I got some 8mm static line with a prusik cord that I made out of the 6mm accessory cord. Got a quick link, some HME rubber wire to hold the rappel line to the tree. And on this side, I have a just a gear hoist slash rappel line retrieval rope and a linesman belt. The linesman belt, I also have a prusik cord made out of the same rope that I use for my rope mod or whatever you want to call that. Anyways, let me get this on and get it on the tree, show you how it works. Okay, so gonna go down to the tree here. Might drop out of frame a little bit as I get set up here. So once you get to your tree, you go ahead and unravel your aider. like I said before, I have a 3-step aider on here. I think this one's the hang and bang. Everything that I got here is from Amazon because, you know, I'm cheap. Get that up as high as possible. Now, I like to loop this around the Versa button just for some extra security and strength, less pull on the cam cleat. Once you get that on, pull out and down. Alright, that's done. As you're climbing with your aider, before you climb with your aider, the right way to go about this is to get your linesman, wrap that around the tree. Attach a prusik to your linesman loop on the other side. This will help you from falling, at least on this initial climb. Okay. So we're up. So now what we do is we grab our tether / rappel line, loosen up the quick link, wrap it around the tree. So I have this little gear tie on here to help secure this to the tree so it doesn't fall down. And then you attach your bridge to your prusik on your tether. Get it, you know, if this was me one sticking, you know, I'd make a couple more moves after this. But yeah, we don't need the linesman anymore, so take that off. And I am on. Stow away linesman, clip that there. Oh, I forgot to tighten up my quick link. That's a dangerous move. You don't want to use a carabiner up here. I should have mentioned, I do have carabiners. Didn't say that before. Anyways, in my dump pouch here, I also have a gear hanger that I found. It was dirt cheap. I'm going to use that real quick since I came up with the backpack on. So I actually hang my bow off of this along with my backpack. Never had any problems with it. I normally have a rope that dangles this down a little bit. But as for the gear here, you know, the saddle itself, it's not too uncomfortable. Depending on where I put my tether, it can tend to ride up my butt a little bit. So I find myself, digging it down a little bit, but all in all, it's really not that bad. As for the platform, the way that I have this with the cam cleat, this thing goes nowhere. Now the HSP platform, even though I have bolted it in, it wiggles a little bit. But yeah, I can go all the way around the tree. Sounds like there's something down in the woods. Yeah, I have literally no complaints about this setup, and I've hunted with it dozens of times. Not once ever had a hiccup. So as for getting down, I guess I gotta show that. Get your gear hoist. Because, normally you would have your bow, and lower your bow before you lower yourself. Get your rope. Oh, I got a knot. Oh, I probably should have specified this earlier. So yeah, I said that I normally one stick. I do one stick. What I do is just, wrap my leg around the tree, reach down, pull it up, disconnect the rope from the cam cleat, pull it up, push myself out, stick it here, tie the rope, go on up again. Do that 2 or 3 times. Okay, back to getting down. Well, I don't know why I put this thing up. So we have the gear hoist attached. We lower down our bow. Get this off because, we need it. Stuff that into our dump pouch. Okay, so I don't have an ascender or a descender. I just use a munter hitch. I don't like to rely on mechanical devices that can potentially fail. So that is my reasoning behind that. So what we need is another carabiner, the one from your linesman. Attach that, right next to your prusik cord, you make a munter hitch. Okay. Now you notice that I took the rappel line all the way out. Now, I made this tight. I like to make it tight. So then loop this around again. Now we have our super munter. Okay. Now release the prusik. And now I have all my weight on the munter hitch. And I can disconnect my prusik from my bridge. And if I let off, I kind of have to feed the rope into this carabiner, and I can go down real slow. That's the benefit of the super munter. that it's real slow. You know? And now that I get here, bump this up to release some tension. Disconnect. Now what I do when I'm, 18, 20 feet up there, I don't drop this. I just attach it to a carabiner on my belt. So, don't spook anything off. And don't damage it. Voila. Alright, and continue on my way down. Now that I'm on the ground, good and safe, disconnect my munter hitch from my carabiner, and I'm almost done. Disconnect my one stick from my saddle, deal with these knots. I don't know how this all got like this. Kind of irrelevant. Anyways, to get your rappel line down, pull out and away from the tree. Now it'll walk itself down. Oh, I forgot to say, loosen up your gear tie up there. That's what I forgot to do. Yeah, that's it. The only thing that's really left is to pack everything up. So to pack everything up, I start at the opposite end of my quick link. Cross your forearms. Get unstuck. Fold it up and put in your dump pouch. Same thing with your gear hoist. So, yeah, I'm using 8mm static line. I weigh about 160, maybe 165 if I'm wet. So I'm comfortable using 8mm rope with the 6mm prussics. You're gonna want to check that stuff out for yourself. I'm just an idiot on the internet. Do your due diligence and make sure that the gear that you're using is rated for your weight. But as for getting in on a budget, this stuff, I'm quite happy for the price that I paid, which is, and I'll have a full breakdown of what I got here. Yeah, no complaints for me. All right. Any questions? Give me a holler. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the next one. So I did have a couple thoughts. So I was saying that I don't have any real complaints about this setup. One thing that I had to get used to was the saddle. You know, initially I thought that I was going to be carrying everything in on the saddle, you know, including the climbing sticks, you know, to take place of my climber. So in order to carry this stuff in, strap it to this. So this pack has the bow holder here, which I just strap, boom, right there. Now my old bag, I had loops down the bottom, and I just carried it across like that. Easy peasy. Yep. A little bit of a difference, but yeah. Another thing that I thought of was the saddle itself. You know, the more stuff you have in the dump pouches, the more likely it is to slide down. Now that's not going to be just a problem with this saddle per se, more all of them. But yeah, I find myself with this one that I'm constantly, I don't want to say constantly, at least once on my trip in, I do have to adjust the belt and tighten it up. I think that's about it though. Yep. Alright. Later.